Being prepared for the worst is always the best option. Brent will be outlining some good tips and handy items you should take on your trips. This is sound advice that will keep you safe and prepared.
Well, good day and welcome to another segment here of Fly Fishing Pass It On. Today I just want to talk about some safety tips and some equipment that you should be mindful of and be handy to have along on your trips. I know we usually don't think of a lot of these things till something goes wrong, then it's too late. So it's always good to be prepared and always be prepared for the best, prepared for the worst and hope for the best. That'd be the best way to explain that. The first thing I would recommend is wear glasses. You're going to get hooks in the face and the neck and the arms or wherever it may be. You're going to get snagged. You're going to have a cast that'll go bad, wind blow it in or whatever the case may be, but you cannot, you need to protect your eyes. So make sure you have some good glasses on. Polarized sunglasses are really nice. You can see in the sun. It's going to help your eyesight as well. So that'll be number one, my biggest tip I could give you. Also, of course, you're going to want a hat or a cap for sunburn, for protection from the sun and stroke and so forth. And that being said, you want to make sure you've got some good sunscreen if you're fishing in hot climes for sure. Make sure you're wearing very, very good sunscreen. I've seen guys get sick with sunstroke, and you'll be sick for days if your electrolytes are low and you get sunstroke. It's almost wishing you were dead. Now, another thing, if you're fishing lots of areas, doesn't matter if you're in saltwater, you're going to be in freshwater up northern Canada here, wherever we are, bug spray. That'll really chew you up. These bugs are pretty nasty, so make sure you have the right bug spray along. Make sure that you're not using bug spray with DEET, because it will ruin your fly lines. Okay, be mindful of that. Now, one product that you're going to really need, especially if you're up in the mountains or anything where you're going to have predators, especially grizzly bears, is bear spray. And make sure you've got some really good bear spray with you. You've got it hanging on your belt. This is available anywhere. The thing with bear spray is you're going to have to get pretty close to the bear to get him. And that is, the next issue is how personal you want to get with them. But having bear spray is a lot better than not having it. And it does work, but you do have to get close to them. Make sure the wind direction, you can't really, say how it's going to play out. It's going to be something that'll happen quite quickly, but be prepared. If you're near bears, black bears are starting to attack people as well. So it's not just the grizzlies we're worried about anymore. It's all bears. And saying that, if you don't want to get as personal, what I would really recommend is good bear bangers. These are pen launchers that you can shoot these little explosives out, and they pop and they have a real big bang. It sounds like a shot, and it'll go probably 100, 150 feet to the bear be quite easily. So that'll be your first defense on a bear if he's coming, and you want to turn him around or even make him know that you're there. Just fire one of them off, and they're usually going to turn around and just leave. They're not interested in coming eating you. But if you surprise a bear, that's when usually the attacks happen, is when you're both surprised and the bear's just going to react. And also when you have sows with cubs, there's no turning them. You're going to have to use bear bangers or the spray. Okay, be very mindful of that. Also, those pen bear bangers, you can also get flares. So if you get stuck out in the woods or something like that, it's always good. You've got these flares you can fire off, and if somebody's coming looking for you, might have a chance to find you a lot better with flares than if you don't have them. These are just little pockets. They'll fit in your top of your pocket very, very easily. Also, another ounce of prevention would be make sure you got some water with you that's you can drink. Always pack a bottle of water. And also you can get these little H2O purification pills that if you're drinking out of, water that's not treated or whatever, because you can get beaver fever and different things from untreated water out in the wilderness. It might look like real clean, drinkable water, but those purification pills, just make sure that you're not going to be getting sick out there. Last thing you want to be doing is being lost and sick. It's just got a bad combination. And also pack a little bit of food with you. It could be a little jerky or granola bars. They're gonna taste as good as an old T-bone steak, and a baked potato on the side when you're sitting out there and you're really hungry out in the open. You know, you're by yourself. You might have to spend some time out there. If you get lost or something happens to you, or you hurt yourself, hurt a leg, or whatever the case may be. In that case, you want to make sure you also have a little first aid kit with you and get those. That'll hang on your belt loop as well, or in your backpack. There's a lot of really nice backpacks now if you're traipsing back in the woods quite a ways from anywhere. It's good to be mindful of having these safety kits and everything along with you as well. Now, I know fire situations are always a concern. We do have fire restrictions at sometimes, but it's always good to be packing fire starter cubes or sticks or something like that. In many cases, there is no fire restrictions, and you're able to start a small fire just to stay warm if you're out in the elements by yourself. And you can get these little emergency blankets. They're just a little package of a silver blanket that you can cover over yourself, and really will help you under severe conditions. So there's also, like, you might not be packing a full rain jacket, but you can get these little rain ponchos, which are in a little package as well that'll fit into your pocket. Rain ponchos just keep you dry. So these things will make your day or evening, if you have to spend it out there by yourself, a lot, might save your life, is what I'm saying. Another thing that'll definitely save your life, and it's a real good idea. I know my son Boyd always packed a spot emergency radio system where you could hit the button and you'd have people coming looking for you. He was always fishing up in some wilderness areas near Alaska and many places very, very remote. And so if you're out doing those kind of excursions, make sure you have a spot messenger. And there's other messenger services now where they can alert the first responders, come look for you. Another good option would be a UHF radio or a cell phone, and most of the time those will not work. UHF radios are great when you're on the saltwater. They bounce the signals on from boats many, many, many miles, and I would never go out on saltwater without a UHF radio. You will be safe as long as you have one of those along. You will be getting help. And it's good to have a GPS with you as well, so you can have your location. When you do have problems with your boat or whatever the case may be, at least they know where to find you. Another good, just a couple little items that you might want to have on your person all the time is a good knife. You want some wading boots or hiking boots. If you're walking, don't be going out with tennis shoes out in the wild with that, because you're going to find out, you step in a mud bog or different things and your feet will turn soft, and you're going to be bleeding and hurting pretty quick. Also, boat safety kit. Just have all the safety equipment you have on your boat as possible, your fire extinguishers and all the necessary safety items, your horns and whistles, and get some good air horns out there, UHF radios, some flares. So if you are stranded out there with a boat, no matter where you are, you probably have a good chance of being found with that. Another thing I would say for with boats is when you're trailering boats, I found the only time you lose wrecked trailer bearings and flat tires, that's when you're out in the middle of nowhere. Make sure, I always packed an extra hub with the trailer bearing already packed with grease, and it was all ready to go. I could pull the entire hub off my trailer axle, and in case sometimes the spindles can get damaged, but usually you catch them in time. Very seldom you have to have spindle damage, but you can put a whole new hub on there with just an offset plier, and that'll work with just change out the whole hub system with the new bearing already in it. It's very inexpensive, and it saved me many times, so that'd be something I would recommend as well. Also, a couple things, just little items like flashlight and extra batteries is always good. Maybe a tarp and some ropes. Doesn't matter if it's maybe in your backpack, it could be in your boat, could be in your truck, whatever it is. you do have a way to build yourself a little shelter. If it's raining really hard or snowing or whatever the case may be, or even the blistering heat, could be any type of conditions that you don't want to be sitting in too often. It could make quite a difference for you. And also, before you leave on your trips, a lot of times too, it's not a bad idea. I think it's a great idea to leave word with somebody with kind of where you're heading, so they have a bit of an idea if there's something goes wrong and you're not showing it up at home for a day or two, they know where to start looking. So I hope a few of these tips kind of help you out, and I hope you never need them. I really do. I wish you all the best and safe journeys, and I hope you enjoy all your fishing trips. But make sure to look after yourself and your buddies. Everybody's kind of, well talked tough when we're leaving home, but if you get stuck up there in the bush or somewhere where it's pretty ungamey there, you'll kind of wish you had some of these little products with you. So all the best to you. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you again on the next video.
Thanks for watching Brent's Fly Fishing Instructional Series. He can be found on Brent's YouTube channel and Sport Fishing on the Fly.